Okay. Okay, I am just testing my Wi-Fi. I don't know how long the stream's gonna be. If people chat, then I'll chat for a bit, but otherwise this might be short. But I'm just gonna do what I was doing anyway. Wi-Fi sucks, yeah, I know. Let me know if the quality is working. Let me know if the audio is working too. I haven't set up, I just had I reinstalled Windows and everything, so I don't know if any of my stream setup is working. It's all good, sweet. I'm assuming my Wi-Fi has been working pretty alright, but there was like one night where I was playing a game and it just totally shut down. So hopefully that never happens while I'm streaming. Is this? Okay, yeah, that's working. I thought I was seeing some frame drops on my end, but looks fine. I don't know if I'm keeping this VOD up on YouTube, but I'm just gonna talk as if I am. So this is TetraForce. It's a Zelda game, and it's also online multiplayer, which y'all might have seen on my channel. But right now we're just doing some single player stuff. The stream's current bitrate is higher than the recommended bitrate. We recommend you use a stream bitrate of 4500. Oh, I'm using much higher than recommended. OBS auto set it up, so as long as it works, I don't care. Okay. So yeah, this is my game. There's a Discord server for it below, and also a website for it below. It's gonna be really cool. But right now there's so much shit to do. Probably gonna work on bombs today. Again, I don't know what I'm gonna do on streamer or not. It depends on if this is fun. I haven't streamed, like, solo streamed in so long. And the only few times I've streamed recently have been with other people in voice chat. So this is a little, not new, but not as familiar. I just added holes today and last night. You can knock enemies into them too if I don't accidentally kill them first. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know if anyone's in chat right now, but can you hear the keyboard? I got a new keyboard, and it's loud. Other people used to complain about my other keyboard, which was fine. Like, it was nowhere near as loud as this one, so this one's probably a lot worse. Alright, I'm gonna have to find an audio setup. I'm also just recording this so that I could go back and listen to it later and figure out everything for the next real stream. Keyboard loud. It sounds nice though, not clicky. Okay. As long as some people like it, this could be a this could be an ASMR stream. Yeah. So this is the game. This is the game. This is all I've been posting videos of recently and streaming recently. So anyone who's clicked the stream this quickly probably cares enough about the channel to have seen this before. Less of my voice, more keyboard. Yeah, this game, it's I don't know how much I need to explain, but I'll just say what we're working on right now. Hold on, I'm getting Discord messages. It's a lot of work has gone into this game so far. Let me show the GitHub. This is open source, by the way, so if anyone wants to look at this, I'm just gonna copy this into the chat for anyone who cares. Open source game. There's There's a lot of stuff we've been doing recently. It's Zelda. Yeah, it's Zelda, but way cooler, right? So it's online multiplayer. I'd show it, but I don't have anyone to test right now. Technically, you. No, I'm not gonna show the online right now. Just watch the videos. So it's why is my monetization off? I'm streaming because I need money. Just kidding. But why is it off? I'll keep it off. I'm planning on making more videos soon. I haven't made a lot of videos recently because my setup was kinda bad in my last apartment. Oh yeah, I should, yeah, so I moved out recently. I don't know who cares, but I moved out like 6 months ago, right? So kinda old news, but I haven't really made any videos since then. And my setup was kinda shitty at my last apartment. My desk was too small. I only had one monitor. What else? It was just not ideal to make videos or stream there. I also had to be really quiet, so it was whatever. Then I moved into this place, and this place, I have to use Wi-Fi, unfortunately, but it looks like it's fine right now. We'll see how it works over time. Then the issue was my computer fucking just broke. The power supply died, then my CPU died. But I finally got that all replaced like last week, or like 2 weeks ago now. What do you want from me? Oh my god. Okay, sorry. I just got my computer fixed. And it looks like I should be able to stream just fine. I hope. So I want to make videos, I want to stream again. I think last year, maybe a year before, I was really good about streaming several times a week, and it was really fun. So I want to do that again. If I could stream like 2 or 3 times a week for like a couple hours a stream, that would be cool. But I'm just gonna stream and make videos of whatever I want now. And I just hit 5K subscribers, so I think I'm gonna make a special for that. But I don't want to make another update video. I think people who subscribe to me just kind of want to see more content. So maybe I'll just make an actual video for my 5K. An actual tutorial or an actual devlog or something substantial. Or we could just consider this my 5K stream. But I'll tell y'all what I'm working on. Some cool stuff that I just haven't talked about that I might make like little videos on. The camera's kind of nice. Kind of proud of the camera, so it follows. I've had this working before. I've actually streamed this before, so anyone who used to frequent the streams, I don't see any names that I recognize right now, but anyone who used to frequent the streams know that I couldn't figure this out before. The camera follows the player, but it stops on the end. But most importantly, the thing I found out for this game is when you go to a new boundary, it actually does the Zelda screen scroll. For some reason, that was just really freaking hard for me to figure out. So that's something that I want to make a video on, I think. Is the code messy right now? It could be a little cleaner, so I think I want to clean this up and make a little video on it. New tutorial series would be great. Yeah, I wish I could. I wish I had the. I don't know why. When I was making the Zelda series in the first place, I was new to YouTube, but I was able to just crank out those videos every couple days. It only went up to like episode 12 or something, but a lot of those videos came out like in the same couple weeks. Oh, I forgot I added holes already. That's new. But a lot of those came out in the same couple weeks, so it was like the same burst of energy got me through all those tutorials. For some reason, tutorials have just been really hard to make, and I think a big reason for it now is I feel like they have to be better than the original ones. I think I could get away with them being shitty because I was new to it, but a lot of people really like them, and like, okay, well, people really like them and I have to improve, so I gotta make these better now, maybe edit them better or plan them better or have better quality, whatever. And just the extra stuff for some reason just killed it for me. I don't know why. But right now, the old Zelda series is so out of date. My website is down. The domain, I lost the domain. I stopped paying for it. I was broke. And I got a new domain. It's fornclake.dev. Unfortunately, I lost .com. If someone wants to pay $5,000 to get that domain back from me, I'll appreciate it. But .dev is good. So I want to set up a new website. I want to redo all the Zelda tutorials. I say that all the time. I think in my last update video I said, yeah, I keep saying it, but I'm not going to do it. But I keep going back and forth on it. I think now's the time to do it. Or maybe now's not the time. Maybe I should wait for 4.0. But they were for 3.0. I think 4.0 would be the next, like, the big reason to do them again. I don't know. Is there a server? For this game, we host them on AWS, but I haven't paid for the, what do you call it? The AWS stuff. There's like a $60 charge right now because we were using the wrong settings. I don't know if the server's up, but technically, if you download this game, go to multiplayer, and type in any lobby name, if someone else types in the same lobby name, you'll be connected to the same thing. It's really freaking cool. It's really, really freaking cool. I'm gonna shout out Joseph B. Manley right now. This guy did all our back-end stuff, and it's super freaking cool. But no, right now I don't think it's up. Honestly, your tutorial on the Zelda series for some of the best. Oh, thank you. Now there's only the series of Heartbeats that is good, but they require overly complicated sometimes for no real reasons. Yeah, Heartbeats, I think you're talking about the action RPG one. I haven't seen it, but that's the one I recommend to people now. I think mine was good if you were just trying to make a Zelda game, which apparently a lot of people were doing. A lot of people tweeted at me or DM'd me showing me their projects using the engine. It's like, oh, a lot of people just want to make Zelda games, so that's awesome. I was thinking like, oh, should this be more general? I don't know. But no, a lot of people just want to make a Zelda game. But I don't think, I think if I were to make tutorials, sorry, I'm talking too much right now. I think if I were to make tutorials again, if I were to make a series, I would like to make the Zelda-like series again. Especially since I'm, like, a lot better at it. I mean, I'm making a game now. I made those tutorials just because I made if you look at the first videos on my channel, I was just making a couple, like, experiments, and people asked me, oh, can you make a tutorial? I was like, yeah, sure. And I did. A lot of the things for those tutorials, I found out how to do them, like, the night before. So, like, I think hearts or, like, key doors and stuff like that, I would, like, figure it out the night before, then the next day start writing up the script and recording the tutorial. Like, the turnaround from figuring out those things to releasing a video on it was, like, maybe 24 to 48 hours. Which, I wish I had that energy again. Because that was cool. Nowadays, I think I would want to put more planning into it. That's the thing about the series is, oh, these flowers. These flowers used to be offset so that the white and the blue ones would, like, one would go up and the other was down. Anyway, who cares? You should definitely redo a Zelda tutorial series. Looking at TetraForce now, you have tons of knowledge to share. Yeah, I would like to. If I were to do a series, it would definitely be the Zelda, but what I was gonna say is, I think right now, I do kinda want to make tutorials. I don't want to promise anything. And if I do, they'll be like little one-offs. So I did like the grid-based movement tutorial. I kind of want to redo the grid-based movement tutorial. I wanted to make a turn-based series, but I think that'll wait for 4.0 if I ever do that. I want to make a tutorial on how to do this camera system. So a lot of the things that would be in a Zelda tutorial, I could just make their own, like, single videos. Hi, how do I pronounce? Toucan Kamoon? Hello. But yeah, I think there are a lot of things in the Zelda series that definitely could have just been single videos. Like, let me just look at the videos real quick. I also don't know what I've made before. So I think like the first 4 or 5 or a lot of these are kind of their own thing. Basic screen scrolling, that could be a video. Enemy placer, that's a video. Game Endeavor says that he still uses this, I think. So this is like a nice video. This should have been a single video to begin with. Keys and locked doors, that could be a video. Heart UI definitely could be its own video. This is auto tile, I think. Could definitely be a video. Yeah, and then I stopped at 13. God, I think for 3.0, I'd revamp some of these things that could be their own videos, and then once 4.0 comes out, Godot 4.0, I mean, I could redo. This asteroids tutorial, I just never got past episode 1. That's a bummer. That's the thing, and this never got past episode 1. Random generation as well, not procedural, too complicated, but random will be good too. Yeah, I do have a couple games with yeah, this had randomized stuff, kinda. Basically how this worked is it had a setup of rooms, and then it'll say like, oh, this is a default room, or this is a room that requires this item, and then depending on where you are in the game, it'll just stick those in. I want to work on Terra Labyrinth again too. This game was fucking lit. Like, not to toot my own horn, but this was like within a year of me starting Godot, and this is still like one of the coolest things I've ever done. I'd say the coolest thing I'm doing is this though. I also want to make like FPS tutorials. Like, this stuff I didn't like. This was one of my first experiences with online multiplayer. And this is using just peer-to-peer. Or not peer-to-peer. This is using, whoa, this got a lot of likes. Holy shit. This, I ended up learning how to do like server client, like client-side prediction, server authoritative stuff, like a bunch of the complicated fuck this kind of multiplayer stuff that you need to make it like hack, like anti-cheat and stuff. I figured out how to do this on all that, and I didn't make a video on it. There's so many things I just didn't make a video on. Another thing, I made me and Andrew, we made a game. We made a whole ass, we made this a few months ago. We made this a few months ago, and I just never made a video on it. So I don't know, I did one stream on this, but I think I privated it, but this is gonna be new content for some of y'all. This is a mobile game. I never ended up uploading it on mobile, but it fully works. It's on my phone. I just need to finish I bought like the Google Play developer license and stuff. I did all that. I just never uploaded this one. Yeah, yeah, Andrew made all the art. We figured out how to do a ton of cool stuff. We figured out how to do like the Google AdSense for this. Our goal for this was to maybe start making actual games and maybe start making actual money. And literally all I need to do is upload it. Like, I'm kind of mad at myself that I haven't done it yet. We also figured out like the parallax background. It's actually using Light 2D, so the actual background of this world is just black. So what you see outside of the level here is actually what the background is. The other background is like a fake window into an alternate background kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I'm happy with it. Godot 4.0, there's actually a tweet recently where it's going to be a lot easier to do stuff like this without Light 2D, so that's exciting. But yeah, a couple of things that I was happy about in this game, and I just need to upload it. This has random generation, or semi-random generation. Is just piecing pieces together. But yeah, we made this in a week. I'm really proud of this. This was like a self-imposed game jam. Yeah, I like this. So I need to upload this. There's a lot of things that I just need to make videos on, is my point. Hi, I just want to thank you for those Zelda tutorials. They were so useful. I finally understand Godot, and congratulations. Thank you so much. Thanks. Yeah, that makes me really happy to hear. Like, whenever I complain about not wanting to make tutorials again because they're too hard, like, the thing that makes me, that keeps making me, oh, I really want to do it is, it is really nice to hear how many people it helped. Especially since those tutorials were when I was kind of new to development too. I really want to come back into it. I'm a lot more experienced now. And I think there's a lot more things that I could show. I've just finished a mobile game too, a sort of platformer like Celeste with an owl I'm trying to put on iOS now. Xcode giving me a hard time. That's cool. I like Celeste. Do you have a link to it? This is a really casual stream. I know I should. It says TetraForce dev, but I kind of just want to talk right now, which is what a lot of my streams end up being. But y'all are still here. Speaking of dev, I keep saying the next thing I'm gonna work on is what? So I added holes. I need to, hold on, let me check my Discord. I should probably tell the TetraForce Discord that I'm streaming right now. One sec. Hold on, 1 second, sorry. Multiplayer turns the game into a widescreen. Yeah, it's probably because I didn't pay the bill. There's a bug section on Discord? Yeah, there is. There's a bug channel in development. But we're aware of that one. I think it's literally just because the AWS I'm not paying for it right now. It's expensive. We got it to be cheaper, but I need to make the settings. I'm paying for what I wanted, like what it was gonna be once the demo came out, because we thought the demo would be coming out a lot sooner, but it hasn't yet. So we're gonna put it all on a new account and restart, and hopefully it won't be too expensive. If you want to help, I think the Patreon link is in the description. Finally got around to trying Godot. It's confusing as heck starting out. Yeah, but Godot, it's like once you learn the scene and node structure, once it clicks, Godot is like everything just falls into place. So stick with it. I love it. It took me a while. I used to use GameMaker. And then once GameMaker started being a little too limiting, going to Godot, which is like literally just do whatever you want, and if you can't do what you want, you could just change the engine, which I don't do, because Godot does everything I want. But just going to that, oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. So much stuff you could do in here. I think it's a lot more versatile than GameMaker. Well, I think objectively it is because it's open source, but even just what they give you. And since it's free, pretty nice, pretty nice. So yeah, let's why don't we work on something? So I'm trying to think of something. Ooh, a lot of messages at once. A lot of messages at once. Okay, the only thing I forced myself to do with Godot now is 3D because it seems so nice. Yeah, Godot 3D is getting pretty nice. I think. I like Godot. I would honestly probably rather use Unity just because it is a little more featured and there are a lot more resources. But the fact that you could learn Godot with 2D and a lot of it just carries over to 3D so easily, that's so nice. And 4.0 is looking so nice. So yeah. Super motivated by Godot being open source and my GameMaker 1.4 not being supported anymore. GameMaker... Oh yeah, or... Is that the Studio 1.4? I used to use, when Studio came out, I still used the GameMaker, I think it was 1. I don't even remember at that point. But yeah, I'm kind of mad at GameMaker because I had GameMaker Studio, I bought it, and then they made GameMaker Studio 2 and what I understand is you need to buy another license. That's a little bullshit. I want to buy the Heartbeast 1-bit cores to learn some Godot, but I'm with you, sometimes looks so hard to me. I think there's Heartbeast. I think is one of the ones who have good free tutorials online. I don't know. I think you could do that. You think you can do a game like Celeste or Undertale and Godot? Absolutely. Like, yeah, absolutely. There's like nothing about Celeste is really that like from a development standpoint that crazy. A lot of it, I would say the hardest things in Celeste, at least for me, would be just making the platforming as perfectly tight as possible. But honestly, as long as you don't have too many crazy mechanics, that's fine. And then also the visuals. Godot is definitely capable of the visuals of Celeste. It's just harder. But yeah, easily. Undertale, easily. Like, Undertale is a lot simpler. Undertale, to make a game like Undertale, you just have to be, you know, really funny, really good at music, really all the things like all the things that Undertale did well. It really wasn't a mechanical perspective. But hold on, there is a cool thing here that I think kind of looks like Celeste that I just got reminded of. I don't know if it was on here or on Twitter. Hold on. One sec. Heartbeast recently did a new... oh, hey, crap, I died. Platformer tutorial. The one he did before this one was a go-to for Godot 3, so I would definitely recommend the new one. Cool. Yeah, Heartbeast makes some good-ass stuff. I was kind of embarrassed. I used to watch Heartbeast for Game Maker tutorials, and once during one of my streams, I was trying to figure out how to do, like, the Zelda-styled hearts in Godot, and I pulled up his video, and he happened to be watching my stream. I'm like, oh, that's embarrassing. I haven't seen too much of his Godot stuff, but I know it's good. I can't find the thing I was looking for. Never mind. Hold on. Let me check my notifications. Okay. Noel Berry, the programmer, streams on Twitch, by the way. Is that for Celeste? It's games by Noel, right? That's not who I think it is. There we go. I remember once, I think a little while after Celeste came out, they posted the source code for the player, and like, I think everyone was ragging on the source code because it was like really freaking messy or something like that. So, I don't know what my point was. Something you could do with Godot. The hardest part about Celeste was the tightness of the platforming. And the tightness of the platforming, evidently, that was my point. Took a lot of band-aids and stuff. Here's a link. I don't know if you could post links on my YouTube. A lot of people have issues with that. I usually point people to my Discord for that, but I just want to find it here. No, it's my bad. I thought that I had the setting on for YouTube that lets you post links. If it worked, I would allow it, but Twitch TV. There we go. /FB. I need to follow more game developers. Oh, I'm working on more stuff. That's cool. Alright. Undertale is too much like Earthbound, so you could recreate... I don't know. Yeah. 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 Godot... Okay. For a 2D game, I'm gonna go out and say Godot can make whatever the fuck you want. Like, there's... Your limiting factor is gonna be... If it's a really, really, really complicated, like, simulation, then GD script might slow down. But if that's the case, you could use C++ modules, or you could use C#. So it's like... It's good. Guy who made Baba is you. Oh! I need to follow him. Where is it? Can you link it to me? Oh, Hempuli. Sweet. Yeah, if anyone has anyone else, keep them coming. I want to stream game dev more often. Though, this stream has been going on for a half hour and I haven't written a single line of code, I think. That's usually how my streams go, I think. But, what do I want to add? I want to add bombs, I think. That might be a fun one to add right now. That's kind of the next thing on the list. Do we have the bombs in? No, we don't. So we got to pull that from the old repository. Keyboard, hello? Hello? Keyboard? Hold on. Okay, my keyboard's not working. That's unfortunate. Hello? Oops. What am I doing? Technical difficulties. I remember one stream you hit a really hard bug and just played Ocarina of Time instead. Yeah, that sounds like me. Hold on, I gotta unplug this. Where is this even plugged in? Okay. Please, I just don't want to accidentally unplug my... Is this it? Oh god. It's like Russian roulette. I don't know which USB. Okay, that was it. Plug back in. Okay, that worked. Can you all still hear me? Is my... I think it's working. I think we're good. Okay. What was I looking up? I was about to look up something, wasn't I? Oh, yeah, I was gonna go to the GitHub. Go to the pre-rewrite branch. Honestly, if people only knew what I did for my streams, they'd think that I never, ever make anything. For all you know, someone else is writing all this code and then I just show up for the streams to pretend that I know what I'm doing. Because I never actually work on anything on stream. I always get like a tiny bit done and then just start talking for the next half hour. Hi from Russia, cool project, I've been following you for a long time. Hi, welcome, thank you so much. What am I looking for? Bombs. Items. Okay, I just need the art. Let's download this. TetraForce. Entities. Weapons. And bomb. And I also need the explosion. Is there anything? Yeah, here it is. Nice. This is gonna go in effects, I think. One thing I want to do for TetraForce though is I want to disconnect all of the assets from the actual engine and all the maps and stuff. We use tiled to make all the maps and none of the actual design stuff actually happens within Godot. Like, whenever we... dialogue and stuff is just pulling from files, maps are just pulling from tiled files. I think it would be cool if we could also, like, disconnect all the enemies and stuff and separate them so that they could be scripted. That way, the engine itself would be untouched, but then we could have multiple games running off the same engine, even if they're just, like, short little things. I'm not saying I'm trying to make, like, a Zelda maker, but with tiled, it already kind of is. So if I just neaten up everything, that would be cool. That's my goal for after the demo, is try to decouple a lot of the that shit from this shit. What is this box? Oh, it's this. Deselect. How do I deselect? Whatever. But yeah, that would be cool. I want to make TetraForce more of an engine first than a game. Because I didn't design any of this. Like, I've given my opinions to the other developers on what should be there, but I haven't done any of the design for this game. which I do like doing, but I've been more useful in a programming point. So it would be, I think I would just go full force into doing that, and then anyone who wants to contribute to the project, it'll be really easy. And anyone who wants to use the engine to make their own stuff, I also want it to be easy. I think we're using MIT. Let me check. So technically, yeah, MIT. So if we were to release an engine, anyone would be able to take it and make their own games off of it. I think if I'm not making Zelda tutorials, that's at least a nice middle ground. I'll make the game for you. You just have to design your own stuff. We'll call it there. But yeah, let's how do I make weapons? I haven't made any weapons in so long. What do you mean? Okay. So I think let's start with new scene, 2D scene, gonna be called a bomb. Bomb is gonna be saved in entities, weapons, there. And let's get a sprite. All right, everyone. I'm actually working on the game right now. Don't distract me, chat. But don't tell me to look at anything else. So got a bomb here. Gonna do 3 frames. Let's center it a bit. Hold on, pixel snap. Majora's Mask randomizer, dude. There's a okay. You successfully distracted me. They just released the beta for the new randomizer, and it finally has the Adult Link stuff in there. Someone made an Adult Link. Okay, real quick. I'm just gonna show this. This is in the randomizer now, and it's sick. And like last week, I compiled the game. I compiled the source just so I could run it from the dev version, and then like a week later they made the beta. This has been out for months, but now it's finally in a usable randomizer, and it's so cool. I kind of, maybe at some point I might stream more Majora's Mask randomizer. I don't know how many people would care to watch that, but I might do it again. The other stream, when I streamed it that other time, a lot of people were there, remember? Like, chat was actually pretty active. So maybe that might happen again. But okay. Distraction over. I'm back. Hold on. Let's see. Let's look at the arrow. Oh, this actually doesn't have that much. I think all I need is an animation player, and that's the actual bomb logic. And the only thing is going to be the... Most of the stuff is for the bomb is actually going to be in the explosion. The bomb, all it has to do is tick and then spawn the explosion. So let's create this. Let's make it like 3 seconds. We could speed it up as needed. Alright, let's make it 2 seconds. Wait, why are there 3 frames? Oh, that's right, before the end. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then the last one is going to be this guy. Oh, first one's got to be the first frame. That looks good to me. Okay. Also, just checking in again. Is the quality of the stream working? I didn't really do much to set up my audio, so maybe that's something I'll have to improve. But is the actual video quality good? And has there been any, like, what's the word? Buffering? Because I don't know how this is going to work. Quality is great. Okay, that's good to know. I can't get Ethernet down here, which is a bummer. So I'm glad Wi-Fi is working for now. Alright, entities, weapon, bomb. So what do we have in arrow? So extends weapon. Quality is great, working great, quality is great, no bufferings here, everything cool. Awesome. So happy to hear. Sweet. Alright, function start. We're gonna do animation play tick. have this. We're gonna call explode on the last frame of this. Oh, other things I want to make videos on. I was making a whole ass freaking Paper Mario game. I was making the Paper Zelda, which is like one thing, but I actually got the mechanics working, and I just want to show that off real quick, really quick. There's a lot of stuff I haven't been here in a while, so I just want to show y'all what's going on. Action Command RPG. I think I actually did do a stream of this, but it was a while ago. So y'all check this out. I made Paper Mario. Check it out. So these are enemies. You go up to them. It pulls up this menu. You got attack. You got use a special move. I don't think this does anything. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. These don't actually do anything. Run does something. No, run doesn't do anything. Never mind. Just kidding. Attack does. If you go to attack, you'll get all these options. It works with multiple enemies, but I guess this one doesn't have multiple enemies. Let me add a second enemy to the encounter. Oh god, this is on the other side now. God, this is so lit! I did this! How do I... Where's... Battle container. Hold on. Godot doesn't save my thingy. Oh my god, how do I... Okay, this goes down here, this goes down here. If they change this shit again in 4.0, I'm gonna be so angry. I'm still using the 2.0 organization. Okay, it's not battle container. Battle scene, here we go. So if I just add another guy here. Alright. I just want to show that it works with multiple people. Check this out. You go here. You could select a thing, you could pick either one. If I don't press anything, it just does 1 damage there, right? Okay. If I don't press anything here, he does 1 damage to me. But if I do press Z as he lands, it's blocked. That's kind of lit, right? That's kind of lit. Now, if I try to attack this guy again, but I press Z right as I'm on him, I do 2 damage. Pretty lit, okay. Block this guy. Block this guy. Oh, I'm so proud of this. It took me so long to figure out how to do turn-based, and I figured out turn-based, and I mixed it with quick-time commands. Here, I got power bounce. You could bounce on them, I think, like 8 times. 6, 7. Oh, I see it says down here, action command early. So if you press a button too early or too late, it'll tell you in the over there. Got hammers. Oh, I love this shit. I'm so proud of this. So this is something that I might stream too. This is something I've been wanting to come back to for so long. But I'm just trying to finish Tetra right now. I mean, I like working on Tetra, so I'm not complaining. But this is something I also want to spend some time on soon. So yeah, that's just another tangent. Back to Tetra. Okay. I got reminded of that because it uses a lot of... Okay, hold on. Gotta go back. The way all the attacks work, I built them all using animation players. So if I go to... Not overworld player, battle player. Check this out. Go to animation player. So all the attacks are these animations. So when you do a hammer, what happens... Oh, I'm so proud of this. Okay. Dude, I might make a devlog on this, actually. Maybe this might be my next video. Oh, this is so cool. Sorry, I'm getting myself so excited. So here's how the attacks work. All the attacks are here, and all the attacks have several states in them as well. So if you do hammer, the first thing that happens in the animation is you approach. So it's approach with 1. So you approach for 1 second, and that's just the player going up to the enemy. And if the enemy is in a different, depending on the distance, the approach will go like this far, or it'll go up to the enemy, right? So whatever. And it'll do that for 1 second. Once you get to 1 second, it's going to create a new input event. These input events are going to ask for... Yes, it is cool, but you start to scare me. No, this is really simple. The input event is going to ask for a... It's going to ask for an input, and then if the input succeeds, it's going to go to that animation. And then input active just starts that input. If input active was like here, then if you did it too early, like anywhere between here, like the input is created but it's not active yet, that's what makes it too early. I'll show you an example of that in a second. But anyway, right now, it creates a new input. So you approach, and then it waits for 10 seconds for you to start holding left. Once you hold left, it goes to hammer charge. Hammer charge, so now it creates a new input called input release. So if you do the input release anywhere before 1.5, which is when the input is active, then it's going to be too early, and it'll go to hammer fail. It's kind of hard to read here. So if it's too early, it'll go to hammer fail, but if you do it once the input's active, which is right here, it'll go to hammer success. So you see how you could use that to make a lot of different shit? Also, if you're too late, it'll just go straight to hammer fail. Hammer fail and hammer success look the same thing, except hammer fail only does 1 damage. Hammer success does 2 damage. So yes, that's just some stuff. Jump works similarly. So it approaches for 1 second. It waits, then it does a jump. It creates the input right here. So if you do the input anywhere before the input becomes active, then it goes to jump fail, I think. And if you don't press anything in this window, then the jump finishes and you return and you say the attack is finished. But if you do press the inputs, it goes to jump success, which basically all it does is damages them twice. And then it returns and does that. And then it's the same thing with power bounce, except power bounce success lets you keep going 8 times, but it enforces a maximum here, so it counts up every time you have a success, but once it reaches 8 and this enforced maximum, then it forces you to finish the power bounce animation. Now that I'm saying all this out loud, this might look a little more complicated, but once you understand this, you can make so many different attacks. I only have 4 different attacks here, and really only 2 different attacks, but oh, it's so cool. Let me see the script for input. Okay, so the input press things, they're kind of separated into several places. So let me first, what's in the player script first? So it creates these new action commands. So these action commands, once it creates an action, so it'll create this action command scene. It's literally just a node. And basically, here it goes. So once it's created, hold on, I need to show the script while having the animation open. Can I do that? Here. So let me see the script for input, or is it just using set process? So what happens is, oh, I don't even know how to explain this. It's been a few months now. So at input hold here, a new input is created. No, here, a better example is jump. So at input press here, a new input's created. If you press, so input executed runs whenever you press the input. So in this case, input press, it's whenever action pressed is. So in this case, UI accept. I know a lot of this stuff is kind of like disconnected, but whatever. It works once you're actually making attacks. At any point after this input is created, at any point after like this point in the animation, if you press the input, it'll go to input executed. Then it'll check a few things. So if input is active, if it's not active, then that means if you press it anywhere between here, then action command, you did it early. If it was active, but then isn't active anymore, that means the action command was late. Blah, blah, blah. Basically, all the input actions does is it's a QuickTime system. So you could use this for any QuickTime event stuff. And if it's successful, all it does is goes to a different animation. That's it. There's some extra stuff here. So this is for like the power bounce. If you do the same input multiple times, I just put it in here so that you could, if you power bounce, like you could do it 8 times. So if it goes back to the same animation 7 times, enforce maximum at 8, that means on the 8th time it'll just continue the rest of the animation. Blah, 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 whatever. You have to make these seconds by hand, or can you make them as variables? You put them in... You organize them in the animation however you want, so... And then the parameters here, you could put them in as a variable, or as whatever you want. So here, at the beginning of the animation, we'll approach for 1 second, then we'll jump for 1 second with a height of 128, then we'll jump a little shorter with a height of 32, shit like that. It's cool. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Back to TetraForce. Oh my god. Okay. Let's make this bomb, okay? Let's make this bomb. So when we explode, we are going to check... What are we going to check? We want only the network... Okay. If network is map host... We need to create the explosion scene first, actually, which is pretty much going to be... It's gonna be the same thing as enemy death, except it's gonna have a hitbox. So let's just go here. Oh, I can't call it explosion. There's already an explosion scene there. Also, didn't I just create a new scene called Explosion? Where is it? Okay. Never mind, I'll call it Bomb Explode. Here it is. Rename this Bomb Explode. Animation, the sprite's gonna use this guy. Oh, that actually worked right away. And then we need to add a hitbox. So area 2D, shape, let's do a square. And we'll do I think we're just going to make them active for a very short time. I think. How did I do damage? Hold on. Weapon. Okay, so everything's here. So I think Bomb Explode actually has to count as a weapon. Honestly, I don't even think Bomb needs to count as a weapon, now that I think about it. But we'll keep it as a weapon because I think there's other stuff it could use. But, okay, how does this shit work? Let's look at the arrow. We don't need any of this. I think it's this. Wait. Doesn't weapon already have something like that? I guess not. So does sword have something similar? Here we go. This is better. So we'll copy and paste this. And I don't know what we need in start. We do need this. Hey, welcome. Shooter, get parent. Yeah, don't need that. Don't need this. Don't need that. How long have you been working on this? So I think in total, technically this project started like a year and a half ago, and technically this project started from before the Zelda series, so technically speaking like 2 or 3 years. But the actual time spent on this project, been working on it, we rewrote it in July and we've been working on it since then. So that's what, 4 months? And then there was like a year ago when TetraForce actually started, there was like a good 1 or 2 months of progress. So I'd say this is like 5 months of progress, 5 or 6 months. There's a lot of stuff. Bomb explode, body entered. Okay, honestly, I think this might work as is. I think. Let's so bomb on explode. We're gonna. I guess we don't need that. I think all we need to do is. Hold on. Still longer than me on my projects. Honestly, dude, this is like the longest I've worked on a project. I feel you. I get so distracted so easily. And there was like a whole like 8 months between us starting this project and continuing working on it. So there is a long break on here. We've made a lot more. The 90% of the progress on this game was made in the last like 4 months though. So now we're on like a good pace. But I'm already feeling like I was just showing the Paper Mario thing. I'm already feeling like I want to work on that too, which is going to distract me. But this project's too cool to let up right now. Alright, so I have no idea if this is going to work. We still need to define the item in our item definitions, which y'all don't know what that means, but it doesn't really matter that much. We're just going to go here. We're going to go to weapon definition. Going to do bomb, and now we're going to do path equals, so path is going to be where the path to the item is, bomb.pscn, icon, we don't have an icon yet, hold on, wait, yeah we do, right, yeah we do, cool, icon equals preload, res entities weapons icons bomb.png. Ammo type is gonna be bombs, but we don't have that implemented yet. And acquire dialogue we don't have yet. Acquire dialogue is just the dialogue box that shows when you get the item in a chest. That doesn't matter right now. What? Huh? Wait, what does it want from me? What am I missing right now? Oh. Is this... Huh? Oh, that's weird. That confused me for a second. Okay, so let's see if this works. Oh, let's give the player the bomb real quick. So, single player, equip the bomb. Cool, the icon worked. Okay, that's... We need to... Hold on. We do this on the arrow. Get parent, remove child. while the game looks great. Oh yeah, should show the project off. Here's our game. It's TetraForce. I showed this off at the beginning of the stream, but I gotta show it again. It's got a lot of stuff. It's an online multiplayer game too, which is really cool. It's got yeah, I'm really bad at selling my game right now. I already talked about all this stuff. It's got enemies here too. There's music. There's multiple areas. It's really pretty. And I'm allowed to brag about that because I didn't work on the art. It's really pretty. It sounds really good. It's just some of the programming is kind of shitty. But yeah, it's Zelda. We're getting to the point where all the things you see are pretty much working. Ooh! The waterfall's animated now. I didn't do that. Wait, did Andrew add all the animations himself? Anyway, there's dialogue too. There's stuff. Let's play together. Can we create characters? The multiplayer is down right now, actually. And no, you can't create characters. There are several characters though. Let's go to... Wait, let me just make sure that the multiplayer is down. White screen? It crashed. Yeah, the multiplayer is down. No, it didn't. It's not down. Wait. Yeah, it's down. Well, this is a different bug. Huh. I'll have to look into that. You can't create characters, but there are, several skins. And, that's kind of cool. We're planning on... We want to make money off this game somehow, so our plan is to have, donator skins. Which is why we're not going to have character customization. Plus, character customization is hard to do at this pixels, or this, yeah, that size, sprite size. But we're planning on having a bunch of different skins, a lot of, like, most of them free, and then a couple donator ones, and then also developers are going to have their own skins. And there's also going to be, like, unlockables and stuff over time. Hey, Herrick, how you doing? Where was I? I was making bombs. Oh yeah, I need to test if this works. Have you added the Frog Girl? Frog Girl was in the other version. Hold on. I had to. I can't add him to the repo yet, so he got removed from my version. She got removed. But hold on, I want to show everyone though. Let me full real quick. Where is our... Here it is. TetraForce. Entities, player, frag. Then I go to main, character select. Add that there. Is there a possibility to host own servers for it? Yes. You just go to multiplayer, you go to manual, and it has this stuff. Yeah, port forward 7777, and then there's also, we have command line arguments, so you could host dedicated servers as well. By default, if you hit host here, then it hosts you with the player. But if you run the game with command line arguments, then you could have, like, it runs the console version or whatever. I don't know. Let's get Frogquake back in here. This is probably gonna be a donator skin, and also you're gonna get the skin Herrick, obviously. But yeah, see, so there's gonna be, we're hoping to have like a frick ton of skins, because you could play with, I don't think there's a player cap right now. Let me check actually. Do we have a player cap? Here's all the command line argument stuff. Max players. Okay, I guess max players is 16 right now. But like, the game is meant for you to just play with a few friends, so, like, think, like, I'd assume an average size would be, like, 2 to 5 players in multiplayer. The game's also going to be fully playable single player, by the way. The multiplayer it's literally just going to be a Zelda game that happens to have multiplayer elements. And there's going to be some extra stuff for multiplayer, but it's not. The multiplayer is supposed to be just like, it is a big part of the game and we're putting a lot of effort into it, but first things first is it's just going to be a Zelda game. What was I saying? We also want this game to have a nice amount of modding support. By default, it has it because it's open source, but we want to, like, people would have one version of the game and then they could just send, like, one, like, pack of mods to their friends. It wouldn't be, like, separate mods, it would be, like, one thing. So, like, a mod would be, like, a new world. It would be, like, you could have a different game using the same engine, and it'll work in multiplayer and stuff. The goal is to make everything work in multiplayer. And the mods could have, like, their own logic and stuff. It'll just be, like, loading the Godot pack files, you know? I don't know where it is, but it'll just load the pack files, and blah blah blah. What was I saying? You could have, like, if you want to have, like, a PvP mod, then that would just be another pack file, stuff like that. If it's open source, isn't it quite easy to get donator skins for free by editing the source? Yes, and I don't care if people do that if they're playing single player or hosting their own servers, but we're gonna have it check. If you're using the AWS servers, which I imagine most people will because it is really convenient, if you're on the AWS servers, it'll verify that you have it. We're gonna have, like, a basic account system. I'm not working on any of the authentication stuff. Someone else is. Joseph B. Manley, who did all the AWS stuff, is. And I'm gonna link his Twitter again. Follow him, he's really freaking smart, and he did so much for this project. But yeah, so if you're on our servers, then yeah, it'll require that. What was I saying? Honestly, like, donator skins, they are still just donations, right? So if people take this game and, like, have a version where they have everything for free and nothing matters and blah blah blah, they are allowed to do that. Like, sure, I'll be a little disappointed because if I'm putting this work into it, I'll hope that people donate, but they are still just donations. We're not making people pay for the game to play the game. It's a free game with just some extra features if you donate, and sure, people might be hooligans, but that is well within their right to do so. Just hopefully people donate. Patreon's in the description. I see if the bomb's fixed. Nope, it's not. Shit. What happened? Where's the crash? Why is that happening? What? So it breaks when the bomb explodes. When do we set type? Is type set here? When's type set? Oh! Wait. Is type set in weapon? Type equals get parent.type. I see. Okay. So let's just make this happen. Let's make this slightly longer, and we'll do the queue free just a bit afterwards. So then in bomb, instead of queue free in here, we'll queue free after this. And we're going to just add child explosion. Okay, I'm making the bomb explode a weapon, but it's really not, you're not supposed to do that with the way I built this. So I might have to revamp this later. Did not foresee this. Do you feel like you're more productive during streams? No. Dude, when I'm streaming, I cannot, dude. I've been streaming for an hour and 10 minutes now, and we have not added the bombs yet. There are some times where I am more productive during streams. I used to be. I used to be able, I will stream like 3 times a week and just like get so much shit done. But I got bad at it. I'm also just, I'm kind of forcing myself to stream right now. I'm not burning out because I really do want to work on this, and when I do finish something, like when I finished the holes in this game last night, I was really happy. But it has been hard to get myself to open the project. So I kind of just forced myself to stream so I could. I was thinking if I'm streaming, maybe I'll be able to get a little more done, even if it's just a little bit. Plus, other people being there is just fun, and it encourages me to do more and blah blah blah. So that's kind of a non-answer, but anyway. Let's try this. So then we're gonna have to decouple this right here. We also need to hide in the bomb at the end of explode. So let's try this. So the bomb is not here. Maybe I have to. This is kind of a mess. I want to redo all the item logic, but I don't care. I just need something working for the demo. Well, okay. Hello? So in this case, this is the player. Get parent, remove child, shooter. So the player's parent gets the bomb added as the child, and we set the position in the shooter position. Theoretically, I should do the same thing here. It's nice seeing changes right away. Yeah, it is. Oh, here's another cool thing you could do with tiled. If you add what do you call them? I want to make a video on this too. I actually started planning a video for this, but I kind of got bored while I was planning it. But I still might make this. Tiled. If you add command line arguments to your game, because you could add command line arguments, like right here. We have like dedicated server argument, and the important one here is this map argument. You could make tiled. You could add an argument to tiled, so depending on what you have open, it'll launch straight to that scene. In this case, because there's so many entrances, I have to do this. But from tiled, we're able to debug. Here, go here, select the entrance, it spawns you there. I added this because before, if we had a change, like somewhere across the world, we actually just walked across the world. Because you couldn't launch from the scene from Godot, because it has to open from the beginning to start the server. Even when you're playing single player, it's just a server with one player. But this made it so much easier, and I do want to make a video on this. Are maps saved as JSON files? Maps are saved as TMX files, which I think tiled can actually save as JSON, so I think they're pretty much the same. But Godot, we use the Godot tiled add-on, tiled importer add-on. It does actually import them as Godot scenes. So if I were to click the TMX file, Godot has already converted them into a format that I could read. So all I do is click the TMX, like Dungeon TMX, open anyway, and this is all the stuff from tiled. It imported it automatically. We don't make any changes to the maps in Godot itself. Everything happens in tiled. What was I gonna do? And it had that entrance selector, but I just want to show that like this only has one entrance. If I press it, it'll just load that one entrance, which I just think is kind of cool. Anyway, see, I keep getting distracted, but that's fine. Bomb. Why isn't this guy spawning where he's supposed to spawn? I don't know why I have show here. Our shooter equals get parent, remove child self. Like, is it like a Z index thing? No. If it's spawning at 0, 0, we should be able to see it. Oh no, it's not there. What's your problem? Oh, it's not even spawning it. Hold on. If I had the game, would I be able to modify the maps even after the game is exported to an executable? Right now, no, but that's what I was talking about earlier where I wanted to... I don't know if you're here, but I do want to make like all the maps and enemies and stuff to be outside the folder, and then it will be loaded after the game is opened. So no for right now, but that's the next thing I'm going to work on once the demo comes out. For the demo, I'm just trying to add things in as quickly as possible to get them done. There's a lot of things that I would do a little differently. Like right now I'm doing the bombs right now, and this is the best I could do for now, but I'm going to redo how all the items work. All the items are going to be outside, and I'm going to just have a simple scripting system for the items, and then it'll create the items at launch. That way if someone made an item mod, it'll just be, they don't have to, I don't know. It'll be, we'll see. We're not there yet. Right now, no. So explode, a child explosion. Oh, I know why. We're not playing the... No, we are playing it. Autoplay on load. What's your issue? Is it not spawning? I can't tell. No, it's not spawning. Why not? Let's remove this queue free. Okay, it's getting there now. But it's freezing. So let's turn on autoplay here now. Interesting. Also, let's speed up this animation. But go back to bomb. Well, let's delete the bomb from here, actually, maybe. It didn't delete. is going on? I'm actually boggled right now. Now it froze there. What? Alright, there's some serious jank going on. What? Oh. You know what? I'm a dummy. Hold on. We're running this in start, which is something we use for the weapons, but there's nothing to actually tell it to start. I'm stupid. Okay, let's add the Q free here. There we go. Does it damage? So it does not damage the player. Oh yeah, this whole thing was a little fucked. Hold on. I don't think the player could take damage from these right now. There was a bug where the player just would not take damage from any items. Is there a reason you use GLES 2 instead of GLES 3? Just compatibility. I want this game to run on the Pi. And I've had this game running on my Raspberry Pi. We also don't use any of the features that GLES 3 gives, so there's just not much point. Alright, struggle to kill an enemy here. It's gonna be difficult. I forgot I added holes! Holes used to just be a collision. Oh, did bombs even have a... Yeah, they do. Oh wait, not this one. Now let's say you could have 3 bombs out at once. Let's make the hitbox bigger. Like, a lot bigger. Like, stupid big for now. And let's go to... Gonna do overworld, waterfall, cave left. Right here. Okay, it's not working. Hitbox connect body entered, self body entered. Okay, so is it even reaching the player? Yeah. If it says 1, that means it does reach the player. Let's go waterfall cave left. It's not... Oh! I know why. I know why. I'm a dummy. Hitbox, we just gotta make it, it's not on the enemy layer. So now let's try. I know why it's not hurting the player, and I don't think it's going to hurt the player for a second. So that's fine. There we go. Now they're dying. So now let's shrink the hitbox back down to normal. Oops. Damage points? What do you mean? I have a Raspberry Pi 2 Model B. Nice. I don't know if this game would run on that, though. I'm going to target the 3 and the 4. I have a 4, so... I think a Raspberry Pi 4 is a good minimum spec for this game. Okay, so we got bombs now. They hurt enemies. How do you even export a Godot game to Raspberry Pi? I've tried to do some research on it with zero luck. So for the Pi 2, you need to use this. So I think this works as an... I've got this working before. But I think you just use it as an export template or something. And then it just exports a file that the Pi could run. On the Pi 4, the way I did it was I just compiled Godot on the Pi 4 and ran it from there. I didn't get a binary working, but I also didn't really research it too much. So now bombs are in. That's nice. But we need bombable stuff, you know. So nothing more satisfying than finding the bug, yeah. I do want, okay, I want to, I'll find that later. There's a bug in this fat damage script right here. And I don't really want to work on that right now. In fact, I'm a little tired now. This was just supposed to be a short, like, 15-minute stream, so I'm glad to get an hour and a half in. Thanks for watching, everyone. I might do this often. We'll see. Today felt fine, but I want to get back into the groove of doing like those 3-4 hour streams where I just get everything done. But we'll work our way up to there. Thanks everyone for coming. This was fun. This was like totally unplanned. I literally just saw OBS and hit stream. So yeah, join the Discord. Go to link in the description. There's a Discord for the first stream new sub. Oh, awesome, cool. All right, so this is a productive stream then. But go to the Discord. There's the TetraForce Discord in the description. It's like pretty active. It's fun. We talk about the game and other stuff as well. It was fine. Okay, thanks. Also, first stream was 7-4. Oh, welcome then. Awesome. Yeah, I'll be streaming more often. Next time I might even announce it. But yeah, okay, I'm just gonna hit end now. Bye bye.